welcome back to Lala's World. First and foremost, I'm here to give you guys a story time of when I first got my car. The first car I got, and it lasted like years. I'm talking about its expiration date was pretty much last year. So I got in this car around 2010. It was my 2002 Pontiac Bonneville. It was maroon. I'll probably release some pictures after this video. Before we get started, make sure if this is your first time here, subscribe and like this video, comment and share. You have my utmost permission. How do I get this started? Well, first and foremost, I was living in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and it's not like New York where you could just get on a train and you could get on like the bus. No, you have to. You could get on buses out there, but it was like very tiring. And then also I was like relying on my mom to, you know, take me here, take me there. Or when my sister was out there, I was relying on her, you know, give me a ride here, there. First and foremost, whereas at that time I was working and also I was going to school, it was very tough. So I was trying to find like where I could get a car. And at that time I already had my driver's license. Believe you me, I got my driver's license when driving in the snow. So I am an expert on driving in the snow because you have to drive slow. Especially even you have four-wheel drive. You're not special, boo-boo. You still got to drive slow. Don't be like those people. So when I was just like looking around, there was a car lot that was like near my house because I was living near like the mall. And anybody who lived in Colorado Springs, Colorado, or still does live there, I was living near the Citadel Mall. So if you still living there, you know what I'm talking about. What happened was that there was a car lot there. I think their name was International Motors. So I walked around, I looked around. First I looked on their website to see like what cars they had. And like for some reason what spoke my, like, you know, what caught my eye was my Pontiac Bonneville. And I think at the same time when I got it, well, when I was planning to get it, I was living with my ex. So at the time when I got my, I was living with my ex. By the time I had gotten, I would say, my school money, because, you know, I was still going to school and they gave us like tuition reimbursement, I used part of that money to get the Pontiac Bonneville. However, I was, like I said, I was still new to the whole getting a car situation. So I got the car, signed my life away, paid the first down payment. And I had to get it. But the thing was that when I drove off with the car, I still had to get insurance. So I signed up with, I'm going to say I signed up with Farmers. Yeah, I signed up with Farmers. But at the time I just showed, I did liability. Later on in life, I would say a month, like weeks later from the time I got the car, I got a letter saying like, you cannot have liability on this car. You got to get full coverage or something about it was going to get towed. I was just like, okay, whatever. I went ahead, switched up to full coverage. Again, I didn't know no better, but since it was old, since like it was an older year, like a 2002, I just went ahead and got the full coverage and call it a day. So pretty much when I, had this Bonneville, when I first got it though, the passenger side mirror, it was a little hanging. So it was like, whereas I went ahead and like had to use, was it hanging? It was hanging. So before I could drive off with it, they had to fix that. There was something else wrong with the car. I don't recall, but they had to fix that too before I could drive off with it. So the one thing I liked about International Motors, they was able to fix it. Loved the car. Drove around so many. At the time when I first had it, I was a little nervous with it because I was a little rusty with my driving. I mean, it was so bad, whereas I was rushing to go to a dance audition at my school that I was going to. I drove over a curve so hard, it was a flat. So luckily my friend Hans came by along with his friends. One of his friends changed the tire for me. My ex got mad at me for some reason, like a man-child, and thought it was cute. He was gonna try to lock me out the house the night we went out, and he acted like he didn't want to talk to me. But Dodo Bird, I paid part of the rent too, so you're gonna get mad because I didn't wait for you to drive me to the audition. That was stupid. I could care less. And there's gonna be a story time with me living with him, so stay tuned for that. But back to my car situation. Me and Bonnie was driving around here, there. I got used to driving her, and she was great. She was great and good on gas. And now what I'm saying was, meaning, like I said before, she is no longer here. I have another car now. That will be another story time that I will, like, I'll probably, matter of fact, no, it's not even another story time. Yeah, it will be another story time that I'll get further to, like, why she is kind of further up in the sky. But, you know, don't want to get into deeper now. So, till then, most likely, whereas when I had my Pontiac Bonneville, she was great on gas. Good to ride around with. There was times my mom drove it and she loved it. But she hated, like, at the time when I used to smoke Black and Miles. She used to hate when I used to leave, like, the cigarette ashes in there instead of cleaning it because she used to drive it. And she'd be like, LaShawna, you need to clean it. I'd be like, oh, my bad, sorry. So I used to make sure I clean that before she gets in there and drive it. But other than that, my Pontiac Bonneville, when I first got her, you know, it was a little slips here and there. But I could say that I enjoyed driving it around. And Bonnie kind of lasted all the way to when I moved to Georgia. So kudos to my Bonnie, and she's in a special place in the sky. So like I said, that's gonna be another story time later on in life that I could explain that. But till then, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.
Discoteca, la fiesta no para, apenas comienza. C'est comme ça, ma chérie, la 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 la. Francia, Colombia.